Hi guys, this is the Red Sea podcast. It's Southern Scouser and Tiago's father here. What a day out we have had, mate. Saturday, that's how you do it. 5-0 victory on the road for Liverpool. Only down the road for ourselves. Not too far for us to go, but what a win. 5-0 victory. What a performance as well, mate. What did you make of that? Mane with 1, Bobby with 3 and Mo with... It gets better, doesn't it? Every time he scores a goal, he outdoes his last one.
Mate, it's absolutely fantastic. Like, the goal was scintillating. Like, I'm lost for words. When is he going to start actually getting his flowers, as I always say? When is he going to start getting the recognition that he's due? He is the best player in world football at the moment. Yeah. He's the best player in world football at the moment. Messi's having an absolute mare. CR7, yes, he's scoring goals for Manchester United, but not of the same magnitude as what Mohamed Salah is doing. So it's time to crown him the best player in world football currently. Now, it's a long season. Anything can happen. But as we stand here, as we speak right now, there is nobody better than Mohamed Salah at this present time.
I agree, and it's not just his goal scoring. You know, you mentioned Ronaldo there. He's scoring a lot of tap-ins. He's get a lot of goals in the penalty area. The first goal is a perfect example of it. Mo Salah uses his strength. That ball with the outside of his foot from the right-hand side, outside of the boot. All Mane has to do is tap it in. He hasn't even got to adjust his body. He hasn't got to take a touch. That ball from Mo is sensational, and every single week when he does score, that's 10 goals in 10 games now. Every goal is unbelievable. It's like a solo effort. He beats 3 or 4 players to score a goal. There's no tap-ins. It's world class. And like you mentioned, honestly, who can sit here and say that there's a player in better form in this world right now than Mo? Because there isn't.
There isn't.
You know, you've got Messi. We're basing that off of the last 10 years. You've got Ronaldo. You're basing it off of previous performances. At this moment in time, there is no one on this planet that can touch Mo Salah, is there?
I totally agree. And I'm a firm believer in that one swallow doesn't make a summer.
Yeah.
But at the same time, let's look at it for what it is now. His form is unbelievable. Not only is he scoring, he's adding assists to his game as well. The assists have always been there, but the assists are now starting to rack up in big numbers. Like we mentioned about the first goal, he holds the man off, he breaks into the space, and he plays an inch-perfect pass with the outside of the left boot, defence-splitting pass, in behind the defensive line for Sadio Mane just to tap it away. Ben Foster's caught in no man's land. Now, that's what I like to refer to as the keeper doesn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Yeah, the keeper's like, do I come and try and get that ball, or do I sit as a sitting duck and get picked off with a nice tap in? And that's what it was. It was fantastic. I mean, we then look at the second goal, and again, involved in the build-up. Like, the plaudits just cannot stop for what Mo Salah's doing currently.
Oh, I agree. You know, like you mentioned, he's involved, isn't he? Every move, the way Liverpool playing in that first half was incredible. You know, but we've said how good Mo was, but the team overall, that first half performance, we were sitting there and there was 10, 15 minutes of play where Watford didn't even touch the ball. Liverpool were just playing it around left to right, working the space. You know, we were relentless, and that really could have been 6 or 7 today. You know, we'll go through the goals in a moment, but Mane missed a sitter. You know, we had a lot of possession, a lot of chances, and realistically, I think Ben Foster is a bit hard done by because he pulled off 2 or 3 full strep top corner saves today.
Yeah.
And and he's on the back of losing 5 goals in his net. But let's talk about those goals. So we mentioned Mane's goal. Talk me through some of Bobby's.
Where to start?
First one with the tap-in, wasn't it?
Bobby was in scintillating form, and he's just got a knack for being in the right place at the right time. He gets a lot of stick for being a defensive striker, but I'm not being funny. He's helped himself to a hat-trick today.
Yeah.
He's helped himself to a hat-trick. He scores at crucial points. Without those goals, we don't run out 5-0 victors. 100%. Without his defensive work rate and getting back and retrieving the ball and playing in the pockets and the holes that are freed up because we don't have a number 10, those opportunities are there for him to exploit. And he caps off a wonderful performance with 3 goals. The first goal, movement was fantastic, breaks the line, and again, just in the right place at the right time, heading towards the back post for a tap-in.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that we mentioned it on the Red Sea podcast, Fab 4, didn't we, last night, that this game was kind of made for Bobby. Watford missing a lot of centre-backs. There's going to be spaces in there. He's a very intelligent footballer, and like you say, he's gambled. 2 of his goals today were tap-ins. You know, the Ben Foster kind of spill in the second half. He's there, he puts it in, but yeah, a fantastic performance from Bobby, and you know, it was made for him, and that's his second hat-trick for Liverpool, so fully deserved it. But he wasn't man of the match, was he? There was someone else that we've just mentioned that scored the goal of the season again, or last week it was meant to be against Man City. Talk me through that Mo Salah goal, mate, because I'm lost for words.
He gets the ball, and you think he's cutting inside. He jinks outside. He does the kind of the stop and roll.
Yeah.
Jinks back inside, and then it's the fake that sends the fullback to the shops for a pint of milk and an Echo. I'm like, honestly, it's insane, and it's almost as if he's sliding in slow motion, knowing full well what's about to happen. And Ben Foster is helpless.
Yeah.
He's helpless, and he whips that ball with venom in that top corner. Yeah. And watching it happen, you're just looking, thinking, and you can't. Your head's bopping with the move. It's like, right, he's gone there, he's there, and then it's boom. It's just, mate, unreal. Do I think it is better than the City goal?
That's a good question.
I don't think it's better than the City goal, because I know what the critics are going to say.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
I know what the critics are going to say. Oh, it's only Watford. But it's not just only Watford, is it?
No.
He's done it against Spurs. He's done it against Everton.
Yeah.
He's done it against Watford 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Left all of them on their bums. He's done it against City. Yeah. How many teams does he keep on having to do this to before he gets his flowers, before he gets the plaudits, before he gets the respect that he's due? This isn't a fluke now.
No.
This isn't a fluke.
Five season wonder,
This
right?
is 5 seasons on the bounce.
10 in 10 so far.
This is 5 seasons, 10 goals in 10 games.
Unbelievable.
Nobody in world football is putting the same level of form out.
But in the best league as well.
In the most...
And a difficult Champions League group.
Exactly. In the best league in world football, in a difficult Champions League group, which has been called the group of death.
Yeah.
He's performing. And ultimately, that goal just caps off why Liverpool need to sign this man up. We're now at the point whereby we're in October, heading to the back end of October, and he hasn't penned a new deal. I believe the deal is signed.
Yeah.
I believe the deal's signed. We're just waiting for the right time to announce it. I believe Mohamed Salah wants to and will commit his long-term future to Liverpool Football Club. If you look at the celebrations in the goal, he's kissing and tapping the badge.
Yeah.
Now, players kiss badges and tap badges all day long. But when you look at Mo, he's got no reason to leave here. His family's settled. He's in his prime years. The club and the team is positioned to challenge for this season, for next season, and potentially beyond if we make the right acquisitions. Why would Mohamed Salah not want to spearhead that?
I completely agree. Just a quick hello to Dave, KT and Avi in the comments. One of them from Dallas in Texas, so really welcome aboard.
Yeah.
But I agree, you know, we've seen Genie move on and this week come out and say he's not happy with PSG. Coutinho did it a couple of years ago and he's never been the same man. So the grass is not greener. Liverpool is the pinnacle. That's the best you can get. And we're constantly challenging for the Premier League. We're constantly challenging for the Champions League. And like you say, we've got a team, most of the 11, apart from 1 or 2, are in their prime years now. If we make the right acquisitions over the next couple of years, we've already signed most of the first 11 up for the remainder of their prime years. Mo Salah's the only one really. I think Mane and Firmino as well potentially are a similar kind of length. Only a year left or so, a couple of years left on their deal. But Mo Salah, this is the guy that we need to sign up because it's come out this week. The players wouldn't mind the wage structure being broken. They understand that Mo Salah is the guy. Every team that wants to win stuff needs that guy. You mentioned Messi, you mentioned Ronaldo, Neymar, Mbappe, all these kind of players. We don't need it, like you said. We don't need a stellar signer. We've got one. Mo Salah is the guy.
Yeah, and I've always said it from day one when we're talking about Mohamed Salah and whether we need to bring in a marquee signing. We've got a marquee player.
Yeah.
In every top team, there's always that standout performer. The person I refer to as that maverick. We've got our maverick already.
We have.
So all we need to do is tie him down to a new contract. If we wanted to go out and replace Mohamed Salah, it's going to cost us 75, 100 million pounds, potentially 150 million pounds in the market. Now, we all know where FSG's priorities are and what they do in terms of their signings. They're very creative in terms of their acquisitions and how they sign their players. It is a model which is based on minimal risk.
Yeah.
So we cannot expect for us to go out and spend 75 million pounds that it could potentially take to bring Erling Haaland to Liverpool Football Club. Potentially 100 million pounds when it comes to signing on fees and adults. We're just not going to do that.
No.
There's people out there that have been referring to potential legacy summers and so on and so forth. I do think that Liverpool will have a summer where we go out and we invest in the playing squad, but I think we target youth.
Yeah.
The likes of, Jude Bellingham's been mentioned. We've been linked in the past with Kelvin Phillips of Leeds.
Yep.
Those
Love to
kind
see
of
that.
players which give us the longevity to go again.
Yeah.
We look at how Jurgen Klopp positioned the squad when he made the acquisitions that he did. Gini Wijnaldum coming in, Mohamed Salah coming in, Mane coming in. You then look at the kind of the icing on the cake, because we were positioned very well. Champions League final, Kiev, dare I refer to it and bring back some horrible memories. But we were positioned incredibly well. And all we needed was that little bit of icing. That's when you saw Alisson Becker roll through the door. That's when you saw Fabinho roll through the door. And those signings solidified and allowed us to go again. Champions League finalists, we win the Champions League. We go again. Premier League, we win the Premier League. Arguably last year was very difficult. COVID playing its part, the upset and turmoil, the injuries. Our injuries we had were unprecedented. There is no club in world football that would have been able to have coped with the injuries that we did and still finish third in the Premier League, the hardest league in world football. We still finished third. But naturally, we haven't got the same injuries. We're back this year. We're top of the league. We're unbeaten, and we've now scored the most goals in the division.
Yeah,
that's
agree.
telling you something.
Like you say, we've not lost in domestically. We've not lost in the Champions League, and all right, it was an average Watford today. I wanted to get onto them just before we finish as well, because we've done an away day vlog that's going to be up on the channel hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow.
We don't want to spoil that too much.
That's going to be good. So all the match reaction, all the goal reactions inside the stadium. So definitely check that out as well. But yeah, I mean, it's one of them, isn't it? We're top of the league. Chelsea played this afternoon against Brentford away, a place where we didn't get the 3 points. Do you think we finish this weekend on top of the table?
I don't want to bet against Chelsea solely because we've put an emphatic performance in and laid down a marker.
Big time.
This performance today was about sending shivers down Chelsea's spine to say, do you know what? We're here. Respect to Brentford, but let's be honest. In terms of Premier League credential, Watford and Brentford are a similar size club.
Yes.
So they seat the same amount of stadiums.
Yeah.
They've got a similar calibre of player. So Liverpool have gone out and laid down a real marker in terms of our performance at Watford today.
Yeah.
I expect Chelsea to go out and try and do something similar.
No, I agree.
Manchester City are leading already, aren't they?
Yep.
So they're trying to cut black. United again.
Leicester 1-1 at the moment.
Leicester 1-1. So. This Premier League title race is going to go down to the wire.
I agree.
It's going to be about who is going to take their opportunities. We've drawn with Chelsea, fine. We've drawn with City, fine. Those kind of games for me, we can take confidence from those games to say we haven't been beaten. I've been referring to a revenge tour for the last 6-7 months, and we are on our revenge tour.
Yeah.
Every team we lost to so far last year, we haven't lost to yet.
Yeah.
It is happening, guys. This revenge tour is happening.
Get it on the t-shirt.
100%. It might not culminate in a Premier League winners' medal at the end of the season, but I'm backing my team
Going to be a hell of a lot closer than we
It's
were.
going to be a lot closer. This is going to go down to the wire, and Liverpool are laying down a real marker.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like you mentioned, the season we won the league, this was the team. Last year we didn't win the league because we were missing half our squad for 6 months of the season. So we're back, we're strong. I know it was Watford, but we had no Alisson, no Fabinho. Kelleher came in and did a job. Williams come on and got an assist. Milner played in 2 positions again. Everybody looked good. Everyone looked on it today. Naby Keita had his moments as well. I think Firmino grew into the game, and 3 fantastic goals. But in terms of the overall day, mate, what did you make of Watford? The general, the stadium, around the ground. How did you find your day?
Well, it's funny because when you turn up there, you're looking at it thinking, this is a fucking shit. I was thinking, this is a
Sorry, Watford fans.
No. Like, you're looking and you get there and you look at what is hemmed in by and what is neighboured by, and you're thinking, this is a fucking shithole. And then when you get in, it opens up into this lovely stadium, which is well looked after, it's well maintained. It's an old school stadium. It's very intimate.
Yeah, all single tier
it's
stands.
All single tier stands, but it was packed.
Yeah.
There was not a free seat in the whole entire stadium.
No.
It was packed. The atmosphere was fantastic. I think towards the game, towards the middle of the game when Liverpool really started to dominate, the Watford fans were quiet.
Yeah.
You can't expect anything different.
No.
They're 3-0 down. at Liverpool, arguably one of the best teams in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So the atmosphere for them is going to go a little bit flat.
Of course.
But in terms of the stewards, they were fantastic. In terms of the club officials, they were fantastic. It was a really, really good environment.
Really enjoyed it.
Good environment. And it was a nice stadium on the inside.
Yeah.
But you look at where it is and you think, fuck me, this is a little bit
of a dive.
This is a bit of a dive. But you get inside and it's lovely.
Yeah. No, it was a really good day. I really enjoyed it. I've not been to Watford for a game before, and it's only, like I say, it's only down the road for me and James, but really, really enjoyable. I think Claudio Ranieri's got a lot of work to do. I think it was always going to be a big ask. I think he only had one day with a couple of the internationals returning, the likes of Sarr. Watford really two lines of four. Very easy to play through. I think Liverpool found the gap on the left and on the right between the fullback and the inside centre-back. And all they really did was look for Sarr on the counter-attack. So I think they had a couple of injuries at the back. Josh King was missing as well. I think he would have held the ball up quite well. So personally, I think Watford will probably be all right. I think maybe with Ranieri, 16th, 17th, I think they might stay up. But I think there'll be three worse teams.
Yeah, I do too. But if the worst they get off a team like Liverpool or Manchester City or United or Chelsea is a 5-0 hiding, you can't expect anything more than that. I think Watford came to that game expecting to take a hiding. That's almost like a free shot.
Yeah.
The manager's gone, go out and show me what you can do.
Yeah.
Go out and tell me why I should pick you. Why should you remain in my plans?
Yeah.
And that's all that was. And I don't think that any of them painted themselves in glory. So from that performance, none of them could do any worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they could all do a lot better.
No, I agree. I think they've got the top 5 in their next 8 games, so they've got a really hard run. But like you say, they've got to pick their points against the Burnleys, the Newcastle, the Brightons. All of these teams that are going to be in and around them. They need to win these 6 pointers. And I think Ranieri, a lot of experience, did well at Leicester, not so good at Fulham. I think they're going to be okay. It's going to be close. I think it might go down to the last 2-3 games of the season, but I think they'll have enough with Sarr getting the goals and a few injuries returning. But yeah, overall, guys, hi to Laser FC as well. Thanks for joining in. Overall, a great day out. Liverpool 5-0 victory, 3 points on the road, top of the league. It couldn't be better than that, could it? So thanks for joining us on our live. As I said, I've been filming throughout the day for Match Day Vlog, so definitely check that out either tonight or tomorrow morning. And we'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.